Cheers, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of my pathetic life as a homeowner. It's always progress versus maintenance, and I got a lot of shit on the go right now, and I have an issue with my sprinkler system. The grass, I don't know if you can see it, doesn't matter anyways. The grass ain't getting watered. It's April, end of April in Florida, and it's kind of still the dry season, and I need to start watering the lawn. And I went to start watering the lawn with my old controller here, and it ain't working. I don't know why, but the sprinklers are not going on. It says it should be on right now, and it's not. Anyways, that is my problem right now, and it just happens to fall in the middle of a bunch of other shit that I'm dealing with in the kitchen. So this, to me, is a maintenance project, but to you, this might be a progressive project. And the reason why it might be a progressive project is because I'm replacing that controller with this Rachio 3 that I bought on Amazon. And I don't know exactly what I'm doing with this thing yet, so I'm gonna be going through this as I go here. Anyways, let's get started, learn from my install mistakes and perhaps no mistakes, and we'll go from there. Cheers. All right, so I'm just gonna really quickly talk about this. And so I have a in-ground sprinkler system. Basically, there's a bunch of valves that sit outside over here behind this wall, and there's a total of 6 zones that I have. So each zone gets one of these wires, and that's how it's hooked up right now. Now, I just tested this thing with a multimeter here just to see. So right now, it's zone 2 should be on, and I got no signal. You can see there's no voltage going to zone 2, so this thing, in my opinion, is kaput. So that's what I got to do here, replace it. So there's 2 things I'm gonna be doing right now. First of all, I'm gonna take a picture of this wiring right here, just so I know what zone goes to what number here. I don't think it really matters per se, but that's what I'm gonna do. And then the second thing I'm gonna do, since that thing over there, the new unit's Wi-Fi, you want to check the speed of your internet to wherever you're mounting this thing. And I'm at the other end of the house here. My router's way the hell over here. Check the speed of the internet. You can download some apps, speed test apps, and I'm going to check it right now as if I'm going to mount it right here. Connecting. And it's going to run a test. And it looks painfully slow. Oh wait, I'm on LTE right now. I'm not even hooked up to the Wi-Fi. This might be a problem. Hold on. All right, I'm hooked up to the Wi-Fi. That's much better. So we're at 41 megabytes per second, which is plenty of speed to set this thing up right here. So let's get started with that. All right, this unit is off the wall, and after kind of further investigation, I'm pretty sure the problem is likely this thing's not sending it power, and that's probably why it's not working. Now fuck it, I'm just gonna keep going with this. It's too late now. This thing's off the wall. It's still on because there's actual battery right here. That's the only reason it's working. Anyways, that's garbage. Let's get into this box if I can figure that out. This thing seems to be some sort of engineering marvel here. Welcome to the Rachio community. Thank you, thank you. All right, how do I open this? There we go. There we go. Look at this. Is it upside down? Where's my beer here? What do we got here? Oh shit, this thing's way bigger than I was expecting. How do you rip this thing? Whoa, look at that. Fancy. And here's all your little clips for your zones. All right, we'll get into that in a second. Oh, way bigger. How do you mount this thing? Okay, we got hole. That'll be fun. What else is in the box? And we got our 24 volt probably. Yep, 24 volt converter. Some screws. That's it. All right, let's keep going. So the thing comes with 3 screws. I'm gonna be a super lazy POS. I got a cinder block here. I do have some existing holes here. I'm just gonna use one of these holes and just put 1 screw in the middle, and it feels like that's kind of centered. And that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna use these 2. You can if you want, whatever. I'm lazy. I am gonna move this out of the way here. Oh, there we go. So I can go like this, boom, blah, blah, blah. Put my wires in. let's do that. There we go. One screw, maybe a little bit tighter. And that's nice and snug on the wall. A little bit of movement, that's fine. All right, next, we got ourselves a bunch of wires. And so right here we got a C, which is a common. We got an M, which I believe is a master. In some situations you can have one wire and it kind of controls all the valves, I guess. And then we got their zones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there's another C, which is a common, and an S1 and an S2, and then there's a 24 volt. I don't know what the S1 and S2 is. S1 and S2 are sensor wires, optional. You are able to connect up to 2 rain or flow sensors to your controller using S1 and S2, and the 24 volt sensor power terminal. So here's what I understand as I'm installing this right now. Okay, I have a sensor wire up here, right? You can see that. Hold on, let me just adjust the camera. Okay, I do have a sensor wire, but from what I've read in the reviews, or not the reviews, the specifications of this thing, this is supposed to hook up to the weather channel, quote unquote, or a weather app. So it should be running off of your phone. So basically, if your phone is telling you you have rain in the area, this thing should be able to know that it's raining and not to turn on. That's how I understand it. So technically speaking, we don't need these old school sensors anymore. And to be honest with you, these things are shit and they don't work. I'll show you where it's located on the house just so you know what the hell I'm talking about. This thing right here, if you can see it, that sensor right there, it's a piece of shit. It's never worked. So anyways, I think it's pretty cool that the controller here will run off of the app, and it will tell me when it is raining, or it'll tell it when it's raining, and it won't turn on the sprinklers, which is always a headache. So I don't even know what the colors here are. That's why I took the picture from the old one. Usually they're gonna be labeled, I would imagine, but these are clearly not labeled and I'll never be able to find them. So I'm gonna go to my pictures, and the most important one I'm trying to find is the common one. So the common one was a white wire, so that's pretty much the most critical one in my opinion. So I'm gonna find the white wire here, and I'm gonna jam-a-ram this thing into the white connection, or the C connection. All right, then what did I have next? My one was red, so it goes red, brown, blue, black, green, orange. Red, brown, blue, black, green, orange. So red, number one. And last but not least, we got green, and then orange. And I did have a yellow, which I'm assuming would have been zone 7, but it's not hooked up. So I am hooked up here. Man, look at that blue one. That one's all messed up, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's only 24 volts. Not like it's gonna burn the house down. All right, that's that. Next. All right, I got my power box here. And at first glance, you're like, where the hell does the power go? It shows you like 2 wires here, 24 volt AC. And then you got a plug on this end, and you're like, what the hell is going on here? But if you look underneath, right here, you see a little plug in, like, oh shit, oh look at that. See, that's what happens when you don't put the 3 screws in. And I'm not putting the 3 screws in, but there we go. It's plugged in like this. And then I'm assuming we go like this. And I don't know what to do next. We got fancy lights going on here. So let's, let me read the instructions here and go from there. Next thing it says to do is to download the app, Rachio. I guess 3, let's do 3, why not? And where's the app? I'm assuming this is the app. It doesn't really tell me where this app is located, but let's do this one. I'm fucking stupid, man. Am I that stupid? I am that stupid. Okay, so when you download the app, it's gonna get you to register a new account if you don't already have one. I kind of skipped through that. You gotta add your name, email address, and then it'll go through actually adding your address. And when you add your address, it actually pinpoints like down to the house in my case, and it's pretty cool. And it does that because of the whole weather feature, or the rain feature, or the rain sensor delete situation, where you don't have to use the sensors anymore because it knows exactly where your house is. And it said it's got a 36-foot radius as to when there's rain over your house, which is pretty neat in my opinion, and probably the best feature about this thing compared to the old school systems. Yeah, added the address, hooked up the Wi-Fi. It took a little bit of time. Like I said, you guys, it's super simple. And then we get to a place, or we get to a situation where we get to test the zones. So we can start testing the zones here. And testing zone 1, and it's on right now. And as you can see, the zone 1 is on. And then it says the selected zone should be watering. Yes, it is. And then I can name that zone, and I can add a picture to it too, which is kind of cool. Whoops, wrong button. Cancel that. Add picture. Take picture. Boom. That is zone 1. Use picture, and then it goes through each of the zones, one at a time here. Oh, actually, it says select your vegetation type. This would be, what do I call this? I'm gonna say shrubs. Let's do shrubs. Ooh, it asks you what kind of head you have too. That's pretty interesting. Man, this is getting in depth here. This would be, I'm gonna say a fixed spray head. Next. Ooh, it gets even more complicated. Confirm your soil type. I don't even know, man. Fuck, I don't even know. It's getting way too complicated. How much sun does this zone get? I'm gonna say some shade. Which type of slope does this zone have? Wow, it's getting really complicated. Flat. All right, that zone's complete. Holy crap, we go to the next zone. All right, I'm gonna skip forward here, and but that was pretty impressive, to be honest with you. This thing's clearly got a lot of intelligence in it. And let me keep going with this, and I'll come back in a second. So everything's set up, and I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot to go through, but I'll be honest with you, it was pretty impressive to the details that this app actually goes. And once everything's set up and you got your timers or your schedule set up, it actually predicts how much time each zone should get, which is pretty wild. So like, for example, zone 1, it says 13 minutes, zone 2, 20, and then my backyard, which is getting blasted by the sun, it says 48 minutes for that one. So that's pretty impressive, I'm not gonna lie. It's way more intelligent than I could have ever figured that out. So, and it's created a schedule, and boom, it's done. Wow, talk about amateur hour going on here. The reason why the controller didn't work, the original controller, was because I turned the water off to the sprinkler system. Why did I turn the water off to the sprinkler system? Well, I'm doing a project inside, and the whole kitchen countertops got replaced and the sink got replaced, so the water to the house had to get turned off, and I thought I'd had to turn it off here at the side of the house, but that turns out that was just a sprinkler system, so I ended up having to turn it off at the curb. And I turned it back on the curb, and then I forgot to turn the sprinkler system back on. Fucking rookie mistake. Anyways, long story short, let's get back to this little bad boy right here. So I decided to keep this thing. It was $200. I'm gonna post a link in the description below to where I bought it on Amazon. And here's why I'm keeping it. I actually really like it. I think it's money well spent. The main reason why I like it is because it is basically the next level to my home automation setup, as in my iPhone. So for example, I can talk to this thing through my iPhone now, whereas before I used to have to come in here, push a bunch of dials, push a bunch of buttons, and all that. And this thing is very intelligent. To the point where it tells me, it sends a notification to my iPhone, and it says, hey, the sprinklers are on. Hey, the sprinklers are done. Or the other day, so mind you, this little clip that you're watching right now, this is like 4 weeks after I recorded the first clips prior to this. So I've had a little bit of experience with it, and like I said, I like it. For example, yesterday I got a message, which is my watering day, and it said, hey, it rained so-and-so amount of 0.13 inches yesterday. Because of that, we're not turning on the sprinklers today. I'm like, wow, that's all right, cool. So it monitors, like I said, it monitors the weather. It hooks up to your phone. It gives you notifications. You can set it. You can literally sit there on the couch and press, do a quick run, for example. Like, for example, the other day, my lawn got fertilized by the fertilizer people. It's another story. But they say to water the lawn. So all I did was go on my phone, click quick run, and it literally just went for 3 minutes on each zone, and that's it. So it does cool things like that. Now, the other thing I will mention is I did have trouble hooking it up to Apple HomeKit. Now, Apple HomeKit's another subject on its own, which I will be doing a major video on, because I've had probably 3 years of experience with it now, and I've had my ups and downs with it. Anyways, totally separate subject. Subscribe, like, and you can see that video. But yes, long story short, this thing is compatible with HomeKit. I'm not sure about Google. It never said anything about Google Home or Alexa or anything like that, but it is supposed to be good with HomeKit. Now, when I set it up, it's supposed to be a pretty straightforward connection to HomeKit. You hook up to it with the app, the Rachio app, and then there's in the settings and options, you can weed your way down to connect to HomeKit. When it does that, it gives you a little code, and then you use that code in the Apple HomeKit app to interlink that with the rest of the house. All right, that's how it's supposed to work. Now, when I first did it, it did not work. I could not get it to work. I sat in this garage on this poor little trailer for probably a half an hour, and I tried it like 15 times to get it to work, and it wouldn't connect. So I gave up on it. I said, fuck it, and I moved on. Then several days later, for whatever reason, I decided to try it again. And then several days later, when I did try it again, it actually hooked up and started talking to HomeKit. So yeah, I don't know why that happened. It might not happen to you, but it happened to me. But like I said, for a few days later, it managed to sync up, and everything's kind of controlled through the HomeKit. And I named this thing the watering bitch, so I can literally tell Siri to start the watering bitch, and she should start it. So anyways, I'm super satisfied with this product. I mean, it's convenient. I mean, this is where everything's going. Everything's communicating internally with the house. So I'm happy I got it. I think it's worth it. $200. I mean, $200 you spend on this, and it's gonna last hopefully years. And yeah. So anyways, hope you liked the video. Again, a bit of a shit show. And if you watched till this, please do me a favor and just like the video. And anyways, I am off to the next battle. And as you know, I have a ton of battles. And if you found this informative and entertaining, please subscribe, and I will hopefully give you some more informative, entertaining video content down the road. Cheers.